My name is Carlos. I work at Universal Cycles in Studio City, California, and today I'm going to show you how to shift a bike, a road bike, with STI shifters. So a Shimano STI lever is a integrated lever where it's brake lever and shifter all in one. Now, on the Shimano lever, you have typically two different levers. You have an inner trigger, and then you have an outer trigger. Now, the outer trigger also being your brake lever. If you squeeze it towards you, that hits the rear brake. If you hit the inner trigger, that shifts to a harder gear, a speed that will allow you to go faster, but it's also harder to pedal. That's the inner trigger. The outer trigger takes you back up to an easier gear. Now, the outer trigger, you can actually shift more than one gear at a time. You can do one gear by doing a partial shift, or if you shift all the way, you can actually shift 3 gears at once. Now, the inner one, the shifter that takes you to a harder gear, will only do one at a time. So as you hit it, it just goes 1 gear at a time. And also that stops. That is your brake lever. On a road bike, just like on a mountain bike, you have front shifters and you have rear shifters. The front shifter on this particular road bike shifts in terms of what each shifter does. The inner one on this road bike shifts down to an easier gear. When you move the whole lever over, it shifts to a harder gear. And this is also your front brake. So you have your brake lever, inner trigger that shifts to an easier gear, outer trigger that shifts back to a harder gear or a higher speed gear. So my name is Carlos, and I just showed you how to shift gears on the bike with Shimano STI levers.